G'day and welcome to CruiseAway, TV's most adventurous destination if you want to see the world on board some of the most fabulous ships at sea. In fact, in this show, it's all about brand new cruise ships. And let's be honest, who doesn't love to experience something brand new?
Brand new cruise ships, bring it on. Coming up, 3 cruise and stay holidays for next year, including a couple of luxury getaways with celebrity cruises taking us to the Mediterranean and closer to home with New Zealand and Tahiti. And then your opportunity to get on board the first new ship from Cunard for over a decade. Queen Anne will be setting a course to hopefully witness the spectacular Northern Lights over enchanting Norway. How special would that be?
That's a bucket list itinerary if you ask me.
Oh yeah.
This really is a sight to be seen, let me tell you. And best of all, because we're planning ahead for next year, you could be booking the deals in this show from as little as a $400 deposit per person.
Pretty good.
Now, before we get cruising, for those of you who are new to us here at CruiseAway, let us first show you why you should make us your first port of call.
Here at CruiseAway, we've been sending Australian travellers on amazing cruise holidays for over 25 years. Our award-winning team specialise in bringing you the best deals from all major cruise lines, sailing right across the globe. Whether you're looking to cruise locally or afar, with thousands of unmissable deals available right now, you can be sure we'll find you your perfect cruise holiday. So, if you're ready, let's go cruising.
Yeah.
Yes. And let's go cruising this time on board the absolute essence of modern luxury, Celebrity Cruises. And this is actually an inclusive itinerary for you, which we'll get into in just a moment, but it means you have so much value already packed into your cruise adventure. We're heading to the Western Mediterranean for 16 nights, bucket list for so many, heading over to Europe on the 24th of May next year. Now, we are going to fly you from Sydney to Europe, where your adventure begins with a 2-night pre-cruise stay in the city of Catalonian culture, Barcelona, one of the real hot spots in Spain. Beautiful city. I was fortunate to live here quite a few decades ago. It's amazing. The architecture in Barcelona is world famous, of course, from Antonio Gaudi. The Sagrada Familia Cathedral, Parque Güell. You have the trio of incredible houses as well downtown, designed by Gaudi. And then a lovely beach right there in the centre of town. This is Parque Güell. How beautiful, right? Barceloneta Beach, you have a wonderful area called El Born in the Gothic district. You can see the Gothic cathedral right there. Montjuic up in the mountains. It has so much to offer. Then we are boarding the fabulous Edge class, gorgeous Celebrity Ascent. She hasn't even launched yet. So you're going to be on board the Edge series, which is the absolute precipice of cruising in the modern world. And if you are familiar with this class, they recently launched the Beyond and the Edge, the 2 predecessors. It's bigger and bolder and more exciting than ever that has seen before at sea from the Celebrity brand, and dynamically designed by some of the world's top designers such as Kelly Hoppen. You've got beautiful open spaces that are all fit for the most fantastic selfies. A lovely flow to the ship as well. It's very organically designed, isn't it?
Yeah, it's awesome. The way you move between spaces is really quite interesting. And of course, it's connecting you with the ocean as well. So something like the rooftop garden there with its real life planting, the live music.
Yes.
You can dine al fresco. You can just lounge and enjoy the sun. You can hire a cabana and have your own private enclave as part of the pool deck if you want to. The spa menu is ridiculous. I have never seen such an expansive spa menu at sea.
Oh, yes.
And you will definitely be in there. Just walking through, actually, if you walk through, they'll give you a little tour around the spa and you'll just go from room to room to room and you will be hooked at that moment and you want to try absolutely everything. There's the magic carpet, which moves up and down the ship, actually. Not while you're actually on it, but at different levels, it's different things. Trendy bar, wonderful restaurant, wonderful tender for your tender ports there. It's fantastic. Such a clever idea. And again,
so
these
clever.
Little design tips really make the difference with Celebrity. But this is where it all happens, Jo, isn't it?
Absolutely. In the Grand Plaza, you have these wonderful sort of floor shows, light shows every night as well. They do flair bartending. We mentioned the spa before. If you have an aqua Aqua Class suite on board. You have your thermal suites included with things like infrared sauna and salt cave. It's all included in Aqua Class. And talking of included, this is luxury always included with Celebrity.
Yes.
So your drinks, your tips and your Wi-Fi at no extra cost as part of your cruise package. That could mean your wine with dinner, your bottles of water before you head into port, your Americano coffee before you head out to port in the morning. So we are cruising out of the port for Barcelona, and a day at sea sees us into gorgeous Cadiz in Andalusia, which is just a stone's throw from the world famous Alcazar of Seville. From Game of Thrones, you might know it, some fans there. Gibraltar's up next, and this is a great place to see some amazing history from World War I and II. You've got the Great Siege tunnels, cable car, and don't forget to visit the Ape's Den. We're on to Malaga, again in the south of Spain, for its beautiful cobblestone streets and tranquil, relaxing oceanside drinks and dining. Then Villafranche beckons, and this is kind of the precipice to visit a lot of places in the French Riviera, including Nice, Monaco, Monte Carlo, Saint-Tropez. La Spezia's next, and this is over in the Liguria region. You've got Cinque Terre. We've got a night here actually, overnight. You've got the Duomo Cathedral. You have the Leaning Tower of Pisa. You've got to do the selfie there for sure. And Florence isn't far away either on the train. Train system's really easy to operate in Italy, and I'd recommend seeing as much as you can. Civitavecchia next, and this is the port for Rome. So go and see those iconic sites such as the Colosseum, the Pantheon and the Trevi Fountain. Next up we have Santa Margherita, sleepy and beautiful seaside town to visit. Amazing Portofino on the coast. Genoa is also not far away. So here's a little overview for you. Now we're back into Barcelona. So included in your itinerary, end-to-end flights, drinks, tips, Wi-Fi. Everything else the cruise also involves and includes. And you're going to be heading all the way through beautiful Spain and spectacular Italy, and even touching into France there before you head home to Australia. What an itinerary.
Do you know what? You're sailing in her maiden season as well, which is really, really good because she only launches in November this year. You'll be sailing in May next year. So on some of her first few months of exciting adventures at sea. And of course, because we're sailing in Europe, you'll have a wonderful mix of passengers there. You'll be meeting people from here, there and everywhere. So making lots of new friends across the world as well. What we used to call pen pals. Right. So included in the price that we're going to give you for May next year is your flight, of course, from Sydney over to Barcelona in Spain, 2 nights in a hotel there, and then 12 fabulous nights of cruising on the brand new Celebrity Ascent going around the Mediterranean. And of course, with that, you've got your classic drinks package included. You've got tips, which is your service charges, gratuities if you like, and a Wi-Fi package. And let me tell you, on these Edge class ships, you'll be taking pictures left, right and centre for your social media, for your family back home as well. It's going to be amazing. The cruise ends in Barcelona and the flight back to Sydney is included as well. We can put a deposit down on this right now because it's for next year, so $500 each today. We'll lock in this price tag for you. And it's a goodie, let me tell you. Look at that. Again, this is 5-star cruising, and because you've got the drinks, tips and Wi-Fi already factored into the price there, you don't get to the end of the cruise and think, oh, the bill. It's not what I've paid to get on, it's what I've paid to get off the ship. No, absolutely not, because so much is included in our offer as well. Plus, of course, those all-important flights and some time to explore Barcelona as well, which is a wonderful mini city break too. Let's have a look at your upgrades then. So if you want to upgrade from your inside to your ocean view or up to your balcony, and your balconies are really interesting. They have a real twist on Celebrity on the Edge class as well, because you have these infinite balconies, which is slightly different to a traditional balcony where you step out onto another level outside. This time you've got a bigger cabin with an infinite balcony, and the end window is sort of floor to ceiling, and the top half of the window comes down and creates a balcony, actually giving your balcony more space as well, which is amazing. So if you want to investigate that, speak to the team. Remember, you can call us toll free. 1300 408 765 is our telephone number, and of course remember, we have got everything online at our website at cruiseaway.com.au. If you're new to us at CruiseAway, by the way, let's show you why so many people put their trust and their faith in us.
With over 25 years of travel experience, when booking with CruiseAway, you're dealing with the cruise specialists. We can tailor-make the perfect holiday for you, adding hotel stays and exciting land tours so you can fully immerse yourself in the destinations you're visiting. We allow you to spread the cost of your holiday. Just pay a deposit today and then you have until the due date to pay your balance. You can browse our deals online at cruiseaway.com.au or call us toll-free and speak to one of our experienced cruise consultants based right here in Australia. Plus, as a fully accredited member of CLIA, AFTA and ATAS, you have total confidence and complete peace of mind when booking with us. CruiseAway, you know you want to.
Well,
Yeah,
you know what?
lovely.
It's that easy, isn't it, to get involved?
So simple. Honestly, talk to people in your life as well. If you've never been on a cruise holiday, talk to people in your life, friends, family, work colleagues, whoever, and get their stories and find out why. They say with cruises, once you're booked, you are hooked. And it is so,
Yes, it's
so true.
Yeah.
We're sticking around with Celebrity Cruises this time. Celebrity Ascent that we just saw was the 4th in what Celebrity have called their Edge class. Now we're going back to the beginning, the original Celebrity Edge on this one for Tahitian Treasures. 20 nights, starts on the 14th of April next year. And Edge is coming right to us in Sydney for 17-night cruising to Hawaii. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Loved the Edge, honestly, because game changer again in the cruise industry. There's so many cruise lines, there's so many cruise ships that they all have to show you something different. And Celebrity were already amazing boutique quality, but the Edge class really did turn another page for them.
Absolutely. The Edge class is a whole different level from anything Celebrity has done before. This is Eden, which is an incredible space. You have themed cocktails in there. You have real plants and flowers, which is really beautiful.
Very calm.
Very calm. There's lots of incredible, we're just talking about this, the amount of spaces around the ship to sit, relax, read your book. They've got cabanas up on the deck as well, lots of open space, lots of miniature infinity pools, which are a firm feature too, and hot tub jacuzzis.
Which are shaped like martini glasses.
Martini glass, yes,
Beautiful.
absolutely. There's loads of those around the ship, which is just a great place to sit back and relax. You have a DJ spinning the decks, like very much Ibiza chill vibe, Bondi chill vibe, going out on deck when you are sailing, which is lovely. And I mean, just look, when you look at that, you could be in the atrium of a 6-star luxury hotel anywhere from Sydney to Auckland, from London to Paris. I mean, it really does have that international flair to it. And then, of course, when you are up in enjoying your stateroom, all the latest bells and whistles to make your cruise so easy are included. You actually have, it's a smart ship, obviously built from the ground up. So you have an app which enables you to do everything from make dining reservations through to actually open the doors to your infinite veranda, which is so clever. And, you know, it makes life easier for us because we are at the end of the day, we are in 2023. We want everything to be as easy as possible.
You'll definitely come back for another one as well once you've been on the Edge class and seen it. Maybe you've travelled with Celebrity over the years before on one of their previous classes. You know how smart and boutique, and when we say boutique, we mean boutique that's bang up to date as well.
Oh yes.
Not boutique that kind of was darling and charming 30 years ago, but has fallen behind the times.
It's fresh, it's modern, it's vibrant, the spaces are exciting, full of light, full of energy. And then the dining, my goodness, Cafe El Baccio for delicious coffee and cakes, Grand Plaza Cafe, you have the Martini Bar, you also have lots of specialty dining restaurants, including everything from Greek through to French, through to Asian fusion. We are cruising out of Sydney and heading straight into the Bay of Islands, New Zealand for our first port, where you can visit a traditional Maori cultural village. Remember, New Zealand's very geothermal, so don't forget to visit some of the geysers. In fact, not too far from Auckland, you have Rotorua. We can see the natural mud pools. Now, Auckland itself sits on a volcanic vault of 50 volcanoes. On to Raiatea, French Polynesia, where you must, if you get a chance, visit the famed Marae Tapu Tapu Apia, and this is an amazing cultural site. Tahiti's next, and known for its One Tree Hill and its beautiful and paradisical beaches, and it's just such a relaxing paradise to visit Tahiti. Next up, we're in Timorea, and this is, again, if you want to see the traditional ways of the local people, Tiki Village is a lovely thing to do. You can also sort of visit the go in a traditional outrigger canoe. Then we're into Hawaii, Lahaina, Maui, for its incredible Halakala crater. You've also got the Maui Ocean Center, which is an amazing aquarium. Now we are disembarking in Honolulu. You've got 2 nights in fabulous Hawaii to enjoy everything that the famed island of Oahu has to offer. And 2 days is a good amount of time. You might want to head to Waikiki Beach, take in a sunset sail, go and visit Pearl Harbor. The trolley is a good way to get around from A to B, and they have great shopping because we are in the US. So think outlet malls, discount, savings. This is Pearl Harbor, of course. And some of the best snorkeling I've ever experienced is in Hanauma Bay. Literally, you walk in, you've got incredible stripy fish right there at your ankles. It is amazing. I've seen pufferfish while I've been snorkeling there as well. It's so cool. So Hawaii beckons, and then we are flying you back home to Sydney after this amazing adventure, of course, taking in luxury Tahiti with some fabulous treasures along the way. And great time to get away because we're heading into autumn here. So it's a lovely time to have a trip booked.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a quick reminder as well, as we go through the itinerary, obviously we show you the ports. There are days at sea in between these places as well. In fact, on this one, we cross the international date line as well, which always confuses me.
Yeah.
But you do.
Think we lose a day here.
Yeah. So with these, it's not day after day after day, port after port after port, which might be quite exhausting. You have got some sea days as well. And sea days are fantastic because they're real holiday time. They're where you can really switch off, or you can really switch on. You can get involved in all the activities, and there are many and plenty, and enjoy all the spa and everything else. Or, like me, lazy lie-in, late lunch, horizontal on the pool deck without missing a thing. Amazing. That's a great thing to do. So included in this offer then for April of next year, the Celebrity Edge cruise, of course, in Sydney, 17 nights of cruising to New Zealand and the South Pacific. We end the cruise in Hawaii, and we've included 2 nights in a hotel there for you as well. And of course, then the flight back to Sydney. $500 deposit each today to get this price secured for you. And I tell you what, our team again have pulled a blinder in terms of the price here for you, because that is incredible. When you consider, and I never like to say this, but you know, I have to remind you about real life every now and again, the price of everything. This is absolute 5-star with so much included as well, but not kind of stuffy 5-star where everything's on a timetable, time to the minute. You have got relaxed boutique luxury in so many different spaces and venues, and something to keep you fed, watered and busy all day and all night as well. You lucky people. Remember, $500 each as a deposit today will get this deal secured. Let's look at upgrades then, because we saw those wonderful suites and balconies earlier when we were looking around the ship. Well, there are your price tags to upgrade to those. And any other questions that you have, please do call us. Remember, it's toll free to call us, 1300 408 765. Don't forget as well, pretty much every single celebrity sailing around the world we can help you with as well. All the major cruise lines, but we love dealing with celebrity as well. We have some cracking offers, and there are more on our website as well, cruiseaway.com.au. So if you fancy that one, I would be in quick with that $500 deposit. 1300 408 765 is our toll-free telephone number. Amazing. I tell you what, I'm loving this show. I'm loving dipping your toe in luxury. It's a good thing to do. You might think, oh, I don't know, should I spoil myself? But you know, it's really worth it. It definitely is worth it.
Oh,
we're here for a good time, not a long time. It's so true, isn't it? We only live once. This isn't a practice run for something else, as far as I know.
I love it. Motivational talk of the day. No, it's important though, because, you know, we think about the lost time as well. The lost years over the last few years. So it's time to make up and
We made it.
It is time to celebrate, because a cruise is a great way to do it, and everything is right there. The destinations come to you. The world has never been closer to Australia, and Australia has never been closer to the world than with the world of cruising. And sticking with luxury this time, we are going to be talking about the world famous Cunard line and a brand new ship for the first time in a decade. A new queen meets the ocean. We're heading to Norway in the Northern Lights for 18 nights on the 11th of October next year. We're going to fly you from Sydney to London, England for a fabulous 3-night hotel stay. Now, talk about bucket list itineraries. Not only are you heading across the pond to London, and maybe you've had this trip planned for years, you've always been saying, I've got to get over to London, I've got to get over to London. You might have friends or family here. This is a great time to do it because it's kind of off season. We're heading into sort of autumn time in the UK, but it's still such a vibrant city. You see the beautiful coloured leaves walking through St James's Park. Just a wonderful time to explore the nation's capital, and of course take in everything London has to offer. A gorgeous skyline, head up in the London Eye and see it. Westminster, you've got Houses of Parliament, Tower Bridge right there as well, Tower of London, so much. Or was that London Bridge? Not quite sure. Anyway, heading on to your beautiful and brand new Queen. For 12 fabulous nights, the Queen Anne launches brand new Cunard ship in the first time in a decade. Now, these are renderings because she hasn't even hit the ocean yet, but how exciting is it going to be? Maybe you love this brand and you've cruised with Cunard before. Maybe this is going to be your first ever adventure on Cunard line, but you are really at the pinnacle of cruising when you cruise on Cunard. It's quintessential British cruising the way it was supposed to be. Think of those lovely white gloved afternoon teas, the cucumber sandwiches, the scones, cream and jam. You can enjoy and indulge every day at no extra cost because this is included in your cruise fare.
Yeah, and for those people who cruise with Cunard as well, it's almost like collecting a stamp album.
Yes.
Because there are so few.
I love that.
You've got now this brand new opportunity. So obviously the world is looking in Cunard's direction for this new arrival. And we are getting you there as well. And there's a lot of competition because remember, there are travel agents around the world who are selling these offers because, of course, she's sailing out of the south of the UK. So you'll have lots of UK passengers excited about being on Cunard. People coming from Europe, from the States will come over as well. It's going to be an amazing, amazing occasion. And you're on her maiden season as well on the Queen Anne.
Wow.
And again, the icing on the cake on this would be because you're going up in search of the elusive northern lights, the aurora borealis, the light show in the northern Norway skies. Fingers crossed.
Yes.
All lines, all stars align.
All stars align.
It's going to be the most special opportunity, and that makes the holiday uniquely yours as well. I mean, look at that! What a touch of glamour.
And I have to give you a sample menu here of what you could experience,
Yes,
by the way, in the
please.
delicious dining of Cunard. Starting with salmon gravlax, poached quail's egg, croquette of suckling pig. You might be in the mood for Dover sole, Meunier or Chateaubriand perhaps as your main course. And then what about finishing off with a bitter chocolate souffle or a mango panna cotta? Right, we're heading to Aalesund first in Norway, where you can visit Runde Island. Lots of great museums, and you will see those beautiful coloured houses dotted along the seafront. Then we have an overnight in Tromsø, and this begins our adventure of seeking out the famed Northern Lights. And of course, with an overnight import and being there at the right time of year, the stars, like you said, Derek, may align for you to see the incredible Northern Lights, Aurora Borealis.
And we're about to give you just a little flavour of that as well. We've got 2 full days there and a night in Tromsø as well. Narvik is another one of those ports which is just perfectly situated. You can see on the map there, right at the top of Norway.
Right in the Arctic Circle. So you have such a great chance of seeing overnight here. They do a great Arctic museum. There's a beautiful church to go and visit as well. Lots of things to see and do around. And this is hopefully where you're going to see this incredible phenomena which is on so many people's bucket lists. And you don't have to head on up to Alaska or Canada and camp out for 2 weeks to have the potential of seeing the Northern Lights. You can enjoy a wonderful cruise, get back on board all warm and snugly, and just sit there on deck with the blanket around your shoulders, hot chocolate in hand, cheeky brandy, and wait for the light show to present itself. And do you know what? Whether you see them or not, you're still going to have an exceptional time on board. board.
Oh, you'll love
Stavanger's next, and this is known for its beautiful and imposing cathedral, lovely architecture in this town, and the pulpit rock.
Very walkable as well.
Very, very walkable. You'll get some great hikes in these ports. Speak to your shore excursions teams. They have some great suggestions. Then we're back into Southampton, where we will fly you home to Sydney, end-to-end flights. There's incredible itinerary included on the brand new Queen Anne.
Do you know what, as well, when it comes to the Northern Lights, I was thinking about it, and I was thinking, okay, well, we could book a hotel to somewhere where you might see the Northern Lights, and it happens sometimes pretty late at night / early in the morning, so it might be the case that the other half wakes you up at 1 o'clock in the morning to look at it out of a window. If you think about it, you're on a cruise ship. You have an uninterrupted view of the biggest skies that you have ever seen in this part of the world. It is the perfect vantage point for seeing the Aurora Borealis, and it will be magical, as Joe says. Whether it's there, whether it's not there, it is the most magical place. They have very, very late sunsets in this part of the world. It's beautiful. So anyway, I could talk about this for the whole day, but we haven't got time. So this is for October next year, and included is your flight from Sydney to London, 3 nights in a London hotel, and then from Southampton, 12 nights of cruising with Cunard on the brand new Queen Anne to Norway in search of the Aurora Borealis, the Northern Lights. At the end of the cruise, we'll transfer you back to the airport in London for the flight back to Sydney. $400 each as a deposit gets your place booked. Remember, the world is booking this trip, and here is your price tag. It is amazing, incredible, unforgettable experiences. Remember, cruising and experiences like these are about memories of a lifetime as well. They stay with you forever. Let's have a look at upgrades as well on board Queen Anne. It's funny, isn't it? Because most of the holidays we take, just the normal, bucket and spade, a week in a hotel somewhere. You come back from those, what do you remember? The weather. That's all you remember, isn't it? There was nothing else of note, was there? Oh, the guitarist tripped over, or a funny story. But think of all the places you're going to. Think of all the people that you're meeting. Think of all the wonderful restaurants. Think of the fact that you are on that brand new Cunard ship. The stories you come back with, the pictures you come back with. Sometimes there's nothing worse than looking through somebody else's holiday pictures. Oh no. But imagine your pictures. Imagine how incredible they're going to be if you do get to see those magical Northern Lights. Oh my word. In fact, actually, people are not taking pictures these days. We've all got smartphones and gadgets, haven't we? I mean, and even our gadgets here, we could take video. We could literally just...
It's nuts. I mean, I remember, Derek, sitting there watching slideshows of people's holidays. You remember slides? My mum used to have...
Of course I remember slides.
I mean, look how far we've come. Everything's on your gadget. You don't have to store suitcases of photos. We love that, right? But it's part of the memory and part of the experience. And
of course it is.
Boy, is this a memory-making trip. All the trips we've offered you today, of course, are extraordinary. So have a look on our website. Our website is very user-friendly and dynamic. We have a great team who can help you and assist you. They're like your own personal travel concierges. So do dial that number. They'll help you tailor-make your perfect holiday.
They certainly will. Don't forget, we're here on Gecko every afternoon, 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock. So make a date. We've always got brand new ideas for you. See you soon. Bye-bye.
See you soon.